Skincare here for another video. Today we have something super interesting. Today we're going to be making soap cakes. So we will be using these molds to make our slices of cake. The theme today is tropical cakes. I don't exactly have a name for it, so if at the end of the video you guys have a suggestion, please let me know. It's going to be a layered cake. I am a little bit nervous, but hopefully everything goes well. We have some fun embeds to put on the top. We have these pink flamingos that I've painted their beaks and their eyes, so to give it kind of some more definition. And again, that's with the same method in our last video with the pistachio bun cakes. It's just, this is actually activated charcoal mixed with alcohol and painted on them. So we have some interesting things going into our soap today. So I have my oils melted. They're looking a little bit opaque because I did prep this like 2 days ago and we just were able to get to it now. But yeah, anyways, it's okay. So we have, the first fun thing we have is some mango puree. It is looking a little bit split because I used some of the oil from my batch to blend it up. I just blended up the mango with my hand blender to make it into a puree, so there's no chunks of mango in the soap. So that's going to go in. So let's just go ahead and pour that in now. That's fine. And what I did is that the amount of mango that I used, which is 3 ounces I believe, I did subtract it from my liquid, my water portion that's to be mixed with the lye solution. So I just discounted that from that. Okay, so first fun thing is in there. Next I have some kale and clay. This is about 1 tablespoon of kale and clay. I'm also going to be adding some rose clay later, but I'm going to save that for a different layer. We're going to add that to our pink layer so it doesn't mess with our colors, and some coconut milk powder. So we're going to put that in, about 2 tablespoons I believe. So I'm just going to give it a hand mix, and then we'll mix it a little bit with the blender before we add in our sodium hydroxide solution. So there's chunks, so I'm just going to blend that up a little bit with the stick blender. Okay, so I think that's pretty good blended. So now we're going to add our lye solution. So what we have here in our pot that we're going to be adding is half of it is aloe and half is coconut water, just to match our tropical theme that we're going for. Put that all in there through our strainer. Let's grab a spatula. Alrighty, so now let's go ahead and get this to emulsification. Okay, so now for the base of our cakes, we're going to be splitting this into 3 different colors. So I'm going to grab 3 pitchers. And the base is going to be 3 layers. So our first one is going to be a yellow layer to kind of represent the mango. The middle is going to be white with poppy seeds to kind of give it like a dragon fruit effect. And the last one's going to be pink. Okay, so let's put in our first. And we want each one to be around 16.5 ounces. And the rest we're going to save for the top for the frosting. It's okay if it's not super exact, but that's what we're going for, 16.5. Perfect, 16.5. Oh, 0.6. Close enough. Last one. Well, actually not our last one for the layers. And then I'm also gonna, I actually have 2 colors of frosting, so I'm just going to go ahead and split those up now so we can get rid of this bucket. Oops, a little bit too much, but that's okay. Now for frosting, this is going to be 6 ounces. Actually, I'm going to save this because it's going to be the same color as my white with poppy seeds, so I'm going to use the same pitcher to avoid extra dishes. So I'm going to put this to the side. We don't need this right now. Put my scale to the side. Okay, so we're going to do our first color, which is going to be our yellow. This yellow is from Micas, and it is called Banana Split. Just go ahead and mix that up. Go ahead and pour that in. And then I also have the micas here in case I decide to put more. So I'm going to add a little bit of our fragrance to this. And this fragrance is guava from Nature's Garden. So I think I'm actually going to add some more yellow. I feel like it's a little bit, I guess it's not as vibrant as I would like. So we're going to go ahead and add, let's see, maybe we'll start with a heaping 1/4 of a teaspoon. We'll see how we like that. It's easier to mix it in when you disperse it in oil, but you never know exactly how much you are going to need, so it's good to have them on the side in case you decide to add some extra. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can tell on camera, but that is quite more yellow, so I think we're good. So I'm just going to stick blend it to make sure everything is thoroughly mixed, and then we'll go ahead and pour in our first layer into our cakes. Okay, so let's bring our molds over. Okay, so here's our cake mold. Alternatively, if you don't want to use something like this, you could use also a whole silicone cake mold, which I've seen done before. The only reason I opted for this one is because I feel like I wouldn't do such a good job cutting that. Gotta have a steady hand, which I do not possess. Okay, so I'm just cleaning up a little bit of the sides. Some probably have more than others, but that's okay. As long as everybody has 3 layers, that's the point. Okay, so try to flatten that up. Now we're going to do a mica line. This first mica line is going to be pink, so this is probably going to get a little bit messy. The mica line is going to be with Flirt from Mad Micas. I've actually never done a pink mica line, so I'm excited to see how it comes out. Definitely need more. Try not to put too much because we don't want the soap to split, but I would like to create a nice line to kind of make it look like another, like the frosting layer of a cake. Make sure I get all the edges and corners, since those are the ones that usually get forgotten. So sorry for my mess. As I mentioned before, definitely not the cleanest, or tidiest I should say, soap maker. Okay, so I'm going to put this to the side. We're going to work on our next layer. I have whisks in here just to try to keep it a little bit fluid. Alrighty, our next color is going to be white with poppy seeds. Again, to give it kind of like a dragon fruit effect. I think that should be good. Save some for the frosting. I have my titanium dioxide here mixed in oil. I'm just going to add. Okay, let's go ahead and give that a mix with our spatula, see if we're happy. So because I'm going for a dragon fruit effect, normally that white would be fine for me. I think I'm just gonna add a little bit more because it is quite white. Sorry, I'm doing it like this because my bottle got clogged. But I also don't want to add too much. Let's give it a mix with our stick blender, see what we think. Okay, I think we should go with that. Let's bring back our mold. I'm just gonna clean up the sides a little bit. Try to clean it. It seems like I'm just making more of a mess. Let's just give it a quick wipe. If there is any left, then it's okay. So let's go ahead and add our white. I'm actually gonna break the fall. I feel like I should be using a smaller spatula. Let's see. I have a smaller one here. Okay. It's probably easier since these are thinner cake slices. Try not to puncture that mica line that we just did. Let's give it a tap. Now we are going to do another mica line. This one's going to be gold. So this is King Tut from Mad Micas. Anyways, please disregard this huge gold blob. Gotta kind of move a little bit fast because we don't want our, our next layer is starting to set. So let's go ahead and add our color as quick as we can. Okay, and again, this is the same pink that we used for the mica line from Mad Micas. So I think we're gonna add a little bit more because this color is quite dull. That's not exactly what I'm going for. So another, see what that does for us. Oh, and also in this layer we're adding our pink clay. Almost forgot, this is rose clay. So that will contribute a little bit to our pink color. Yeah, that's better. So this is already setting up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and not even stick blend this part because I really don't want it to thicken up any more than it already has. So let's just give it a little stir with our spatula. Make sure we got all those sides. Okay. Let's bring back our cakes. And hopefully we'll have enough to fill all of these. Honestly, I don't even know if I need the spatula, but yeah, as you can see, it's quite thick. This would be much easier if it was thinner. That is why some people opt to do mix each layer separately, like add in the lye solution per layer, make basically a different batch per layer, which is an option. But for me, this works. It's faster, even though granted more stressful, but it's okay. This way you definitely have to work faster to make sure you get everything. before it gets too thick. Okay, so now we're gonna do, I'm scared to move this, it's so full, but we're gonna do our frosting. Okay, I'm bringing back the pitcher where we mixed our white, just for dish's sake. And we're gonna pour in the rest of our batter. This is gonna be our white poppy seed frosting layer. ASMR. And add our poppy seeds. Just add all of them. Some of the rest of our fragrance. Adding the rest to my other pitcher. Okay. Go ahead and give this a mix. See if we're happy with the TD levels or if we want to add more. Okay, so I'm adding a little bit more. Or a little or a lot. So that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna let this set a little bit, and in the meantime we're gonna mix our green. This to the side. Our green is here. All right, so this green is Envy from Mad Micas. I'm just mixing that in with my mini spatula. See if I think it needs more. All right, so I'm pretty happy with that green, so I'm not gonna mess with it. So now we just gotta wait for these to set up so we can frost our cake slices. Okay, so we're ready to frost. There's some gold that fell into our cake slices, but that's okay. So I'm gonna try to get everybody a nice sized dollop. This is our white with poppy seeds. Okay, so a good tip to have is that, I was actually doing it off camera, but I decided to include this, is to have like an extra mold on the side where you put all your extra batter, especially when you're doing molds like this, where it's not like a set amount or it's not a recipe that you normally do because the amounts change. So I usually have like a mold here on the side where I'll put anything extra, and you can make a few extra bars, either for you and your family, or you can give it away as gifts depending on how nice they turn out. Sometimes with the frosting they may have some air bubbles in it, but if they're not good enough for the shop or for what you're looking to do, you can always just keep them for yourself. That's what we do, and that way you don't waste any of your soap. So because this is so thick, like I said, I'm not going to be able probably to get out all the air bubbles. It's probably going to have some air bubbles. So this is not something that I'm going to give away. Maybe this one. This one was actually with the cake batter. So it was a more thin batter. But this, because it's so thick, it'll probably just be for home use. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add our flamingo embeds. I think I'm just going to add them to the top of our dollops, like so. Maybe a little bit at an angle. That looks a little bit better. Okay, now that all our flamingos are in, we're going to add some green details. Okay, so sorry, I actually went to go get another piping bag because I ended up changing the tip that I used for this green frosting, and I forgot to put my microphone back on. But as you can see, this green color right now is looking a little bit icky. From what I understand, greens tend to not look so good, but they look better the next day once everything sets and the color morphing happens. So I'm hoping that's what's going to happen here. But I'm going to go ahead and spray this down with rubbing alcohol so we don't get any soda ash. Spray everyone down real well. Okay, and last detail is I'm going to spray some of this fairy dust sparkle me gold, also from Mad Micah's, just to give our cake slices a little pop. And I did that after spraying the rubbing alcohol because your rubbing alcohol can melt your glitter. Oh, that was a big blotch. That's going to be a sparkly one. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and let these sit for about 24 hours, and then we'll be back to unmold them and see what we got, and hopefully that green color will be looking better. See you shortly. Okay, so we're back the next day, so let's go ahead and unmold these cake slices and see what we got. So we're gonna go ahead and unmold the first one. Alrighty, so this is our first cake slice. You can see, probably have to clean the edges a little bit, but you can see, oh, just made that worse. You can see here the yellow, and there's the pink mica line, the white with black poppy seeds, and the pink on top. So that's looking pretty good. All this gold on the side, we'll be able to clean that no problem. There we have it with our flamingo on top. And today this is smelling so good, so fresh. It's a very clean, fresh smell. Yeah, so you see here we're gonna have to do some cleanup on the sides there, which is fine, we can do that. And those are our cake slices. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you guys have any name suggestions for this soap, please let us know. I'm thinking maybe something flamingo because of the flamingo on top, but I'm not sure yet. So if anybody has any good ideas, let us know. And if you liked it, please, if you enjoyed this video, please give us a comment, a like, subscribe to the channel to see some more fun handmade products being made. And we'll hope to see you soon. Until next time.